Друзья, мы с вами продолжаем проходить игру The Invincible, Непобедимый, точнее игре по мотивам новеллы Станислава Лема «Непобедимый». В прошлой серии мы с вами спустились на капсуле на планету Регистри, в воспоминаниях ясны. Ну и, собственно, продолжаем.
I'm going outside.
Visibility?
100%. The dust has already settled.
Но для начала я предлагаю кратко пройтись с тем, что было у нас в прошлой серии. Ясно вместе с Новиком перезагружает робота, который может позаботиться о Крауте. Следуя на звук буровых установок, Ясно прибывает на место раскопок, но никого там не обнаруживает. Ясно находит ориентир рядом с местом посадки. Ясно находит Марит, но той уже ничем не помочь. Потрясенная смертью Марит, Ясно решает доставить ее тело в посадочный аппарат. Ясно встречает еще одного члена экипажа Коваля. Он жив, но находится в таком же ступоре, что и Краута. Ясно доставляет его к посадочному аппарату. Ясно запускает зонд Содружества, который теперь сопровождает ее в пути. Она решает дать ему новое имя. Посадочный аппарат возвращается на стрекозу с Арти и найденными членами экипажа. Ясно беседует с Новиком о будущем кибернетики. Ее беспокоит быстрое развитие автономных систем. Роботы могут неожиданно стать угрозой для человека. Ясно не находит Горского на последнем известном месте пребывания. Чтобы продолжить поиски, она входит в зону ограниченной радиосвязи. Но это вот если говорить, скажем так, крайне кратко подытоживать прошлую серию. Ну а мы продолжаем.
I've located the second lander. Our people are still on this planet.
Ah, very good. I was afraid they might try to fly off, which wouldn't be the best idea given the loss of communication with Dragonfly.
Sir, something's wrong.
What is it?
The hatch is half open. Did they report hydraulics failure?
How should I know? You were the last person in contact with the crew doctor.
Right.
Но вообще правильнее было бы, наверное, сказать, что это первый посадочный аппарат. Но
I'm inside.
And? How is it?
Even if they wanted to, they couldn't go back to Dragonfly. Their lander looks damaged, to put it mildly. Or more accurately, it seems like a storm has passed through it.
Understood. I mean, I don't understand how it happened. But that means...
Hopper is the only vehicle that can take us home. Affirmative.
Right. Well, then we can't afford another mistake. I'm taking the lander into orbit. I'll send it directly to the camp as soon as we find a suitable landing zone.
Astrogator, I don't know what we expected. Coming here at the end of our expedition. The equipment is barely working. If it works at all. And you, sir. You barely escaped alive. Okay, I admit that we have a very successful campaign behind us. But I feel like we've used up all our luck. And now, we're asking for trouble. It's just one planet too many for us.
Which doesn't change the fact we're here. Let's focus on completing this mission. There won't be another.
It better be that way. We have the right to come home at last.
I'm afraid I'm unfamiliar with such a law, but there is one thing I can refer to when we find ourselves in a difficult situation. If the continuation of the mission endangers the lives of the crew, the provisions of the imprimis homini law apply. First and foremost, the safety of people is what matters.
It's good to know we have this right, but I wish we didn't have to use it.
Так, но здесь больше мы ничего не видим, да? Вот этот аппарат оказался поврежден. Может быть, для того, чтобы он не вредился, имело смысл закрывать ход? Да ладно. Жук и сверчок. Жук и сверчок. Два варианта прохода. Изучим оба. Красиво. Пейзажи здесь.
Damn, you were right, Cobble. It's beautiful here.
Согласен. А солнышко-то наверняка печет. Если мне память не изменяет, то... Так, нам надо двигаться, наверное, вот сюда. К этой позиции. Так, а я не могу, что ли, выбрать? Не могу. Мы же в воспоминаниях находимся.
I have an object in sight. This is where they searched the ocean's biocenosis.
Meaning... Oh, where they caught that fish, right?
Yeah. They stopped here first, then walked along the coastline northward.
Correct. But I think you might consider taking a shortcut towards the east, straight to the camp.
Just need to find the right route. They stopped for a break.
How do you know? Are there any signs of the crew?
I found a cigarette butt and a pack. Someone was smoking here.
So, they didn't give a damn about the regulations.
Disrupting the ecosystem.
No, that's not the point. I understand you want to minimize the effects of our interference here, Doctor, but the mission's safety is at stake. I don't think I have to explain to you the dangers of igniting a dusty atmosphere. Preserving the integrity of Regis 3's already extinct ecosystem is not a priority in this scenario. Negligible, actually.
Security procedures exist for humans. The rule of integrity is for the sake of everything alien to us. We shouldn't place one above the other.
What are you saying, Yasna? The mission and the safety of our people have the highest priority. Always.
Always? Are we really that self-righteous?
Of course, Doctor. We must be the most important to ourselves. And they must be the most important to themselves. Whoever they will be. In the end, the strongest will survive. Isn't that how evolution works?
Not in a biological sense, Astrogator. Besides, I'm not convinced if we should interfere with everything alien to us just because we can.
Doctor, interference is at the heart of human nature. Man would still be a monkey if he'd only looked at trees instead of cutting them down.
Yes, we have a nasty nature. I can't argue with that.
Никогда так не делайте. Я имею в виду, не курите и не разбрасывайте мусор. Особенно, если выезжаете на природу, куда-то далеко. Так, а что, мы не можем спуститься, да? Да, спуститься мы не можем. Мы можем вот пойти дальше. Либо повернуть направо, либо пойти прямо. Пока у нас более-менее спокойно. Напоминаю, что если у вас проблемы с YouTube, вы можете смотреть данное видео на моем канале на YouTube. Ссылочка на канал находится в описании канала, а ссылочка на плейлист, на оба плейлиста точнее, находится в описании к видео. Видео, точнее описание к видео обычно загружается. Вы можете перейти по ссылочке и смотреть, на той площадке, где вам удобнее. А мы продолжаем. Так, мы с вами пошли чуть правее, да? Слышите, да, какой-то звук? Может быть, это наш зонд.
This path is not the easiest one. But at least I'm moving onwards.
At the military academy, they used to say that difficult routes lead us the farthest. Well, hopefully not too far. You still have to come back.
Are you trying to motivate me, sir?
Of course.
I appreciate the effort.
Вероятно, если мы вернемся назад и пройдемся, то мы придем туда же, да, то есть вот так. Давайте спустимся и вернемся немножечко назад. Вдруг мы там что-то пропустили интересное. По-моему, вот это более простой путь. Да. Следуем. Да, я знаю, что совсем не обязательно изучать по максимуму все, но мне самому интересно. То есть возвращаемся и идем, получается, к направлению к лагерю.
What is this? Astrogator, I found a peculiar inorganic structure. It looks like some spiky metal growths.
Artificial plants? Is spontaneous growth possible with this type of structure?
I've never seen anything like this. I wish I had time to run some tests.
When the situation is stabilized, we will take samples. I promise.
Напомню, что мы в воспоминаниях. И как раз переключились на воспоминания, когда дотронулись до вот этих черных кустов.
I feel nauseous. Suddenly.
Been on the surface just under half an hour.
That's not it. I feel darkness. Hang on.
Но теперь мы, вероятно, вернулись в нашу реальность. С нами наш спутник.
Are you there? Over. I guess that's a no.
I'm back.
Is everything all right?
Yes, all good. They're already in the infirmary on life support. You found them in time.
How about their reactions? Have they regained consciousness? I mean, maybe one of them said something.
Unfortunately, they're still unresponsive. I'll let you know if anything changes. I'm doing an EEG on them right now.
Guess I know where Gorska is going. I confirm, Gorski was here. His rope is still hanging from the slope.
That's a good sign. Since he left it, he intends to come back this way.
But why hasn't he yet? Going down after him. Tell me one more thing. When it comes to Marit, are you going to use a grave tapper?
Yes, I'm considering that as a possibility. And what is your opinion? Should we look into her brain?
The more we know, the better chance we have to help others. Marit would have been happy to know that even in death, she was doing something for them.
Fine, I'll get the equipment ready. Just a report.
One sec. Oh, I'm at the end of the rope.
Isn't that good?
Not at all.
What do you mean?
I'm stuck. I'm hanging with all my weight on the rope, away from the wall. There's still a fair few meters left to the ground.
Can you go back?
Using just my hands, strapped with all this extra weight? No, not a chance.
What if you sway?
I can just jump off.
Is that safe?
A substantial fall on unsteady ground. This is hardly a maneuver that I would describe as safe.
So let's take a moment to analyze the situation.
I'm thinking, if Gorski went down this way and didn't break anything...
Yeah, we don't know that, Yasna. He could keep going even with injuries.
Well, I'm not hanging here forever, if we still haven't come up with anything.
There is a certain possibility, or rather uncertain, but maybe it's worth trying.
Astrogator, as much as I love complex analysis, I'm really sick of all this hanging.
Of course. Can you see the probe?
Yes. It's flying near me.
Good. If I instructed it to fly as close as possible to you, you could grab onto it.
You sure it will hold me?
That I cannot guarantee. Like I said, it's a highly uncertain idea.
All right, let's give it a try.
I'm entering the instruction. You must guide me.
Two meters forward. Stop, that's enough.
You have a really good eye. Exactly 2 meters. Is the maneuver complete?
You could say so. I fell from a lower height. It was a soft landing, though.
Двигаемся дальше. По крайней мере, следы есть.
We had our last contact with Regis a few minutes after noon. Even then, Dr. Gorski was walking alone. Communications blew up shortly before he got here. He didn't take a tent. Anyway, what's the idea of doing it alone?
Damn. This place is amazing. It's all made up of these structures. Except they don't look like creations of nature anymore.
Maybe that's why Dr. Gorski, not to mention the Alliance.
Well, if we're looking for something on this planet, this could be it. These structures form entire multi-story complexes. They look like a city.
Are you saying that...
No. There's no point in jumping to conclusions yet. Are you receiving a signal?
What signal?
From Dr. Gorski.
No. Why are you asking?
He tried to open up a connection, set up a transmitter.
There's nothing on the comms, but I'll check the record history. Please give me a moment.
Dr. Gorski set up the flags.
So, he kept going, despite the lack of communication with the rest.
You'd have to see it with your own eyes, sir. This place. Gorski may have lost himself in his discovery.
Are you joking, Doctor? Lost himself, Gorski. He may not have respect for the unknown, but he has his feet firmly on the ground. Should be looking for a way back by now.
I think he must have discovered something. And since he suffers from excessive ambition, he's capable of stupid acts in the name of a breakthrough.
Well, I admit, That sounds more like him. You must trace his steps, Doctor.
I'm working on it. Left or right?
Так, ну мы видим с вами проход какой-то, да, и мост. Перекрытый проход и пропасть. Вероятно, это вот где-то здесь.
I can't even see the bottom.
The structures go that deep.
Yes. I dread to think. What if Dr. Gorski fell down there?
I took that into account when calibrating the probe. It will examine the bottom. I'll let you know if I find him.
The height of the entire complex is over 100 meters, even 150.
And all made of this metal.
To a significant degree. If something were to live here,
Yes?
it would have to be very small, like insects. On the other hand, there's no flora around to support such organisms.
Have you chosen where to go?
I'm still wondering.
There's no time to hesitate, Doctor. We need to take decisive action.
Можно попробовать вот здесь пройти, да? Ну и вот куда-то туда. Куда идти правильнее?
All right. I'll try to walk this kind of bridge.
2 more hours.
Huh?
That's all Gorski has left of oxygen, at best.
And at worst?
He's just finishing it up. Though it all depends on his activity.
If I remember correctly, there is a risk of methane poisoning.
That's right. According to Dr. Krauter, negative symptoms can appear after an hour. Maybe after a few hours. I think you'll find Gorski by then.
Let's hope so. These constructions don't have a clear division into functions. They're huge, complicated, and uniform at the same time.
Do you have any idea where all this could have come from? I'm aware without tests you can't do much. But let's say on first inspection.
It's hard for me to imagine that any biological forms could survive here. The interiors of these structures are filled to the brim with wires and rods. So maybe this metal builds up somehow, by itself.
Oh, you've already said something similar before. Just after landing, when you found those bushes.
Yes, right.
How's the terrain? Those structures, are they still everywhere?
Yep, wherever I look, there's metal.
Да, масштабно.
Yes, sir. What's going on?
Just a sec. I need to get... I need to get out. Phew. The load-bearing capacity of the... Again.
Maybe you should use the detector. Will indicate the thickness of the structures.
Мгм. Там, где зелененькая, вероятно, она более устойчивая, да?
I'm gonna sound like a broken record, but the oceanic forms here are similar to those on Earth. So there should be similarities on land as well.
Similarities?
Life, Astrogator. I still think there should be life on the surface of Regis 3.
Конечно, жизнь должна быть. Нашли рыбу. Но, скорее всего, она имеет в виду именно на суше. Так, мы с вами пошли вот по этому пути, а там вот еще была расщелина, которая, вероятно, нас туда же должна была привести.
Out of the frying pan. Into a hole. Oh, damn it!
What is it this time?
Take a guess, sir.
A sinkhole?
Uh-huh. Hey! Hey!
Doctor, I found something after all.
From Gorski.
It's hard to tell. There are errors in the transmission header. I'm going to play it, so we'll find out.
Gorski to base. I repeat, this is Gorski. Base, come in.
No doubt. It's him. Now let's keep listening. But as soon as you report anything, Doctor, I'll stop the recording.
Bugger. No confirmation again. I report. I've made an amazing discovery. Geometric structures that a thicket of bushy, pointed rods and slats. Mostly iron, but not only. Molybdenum, carbon, tungsten. Altogether similar to a giant integrated circuit. A million swarm of tangled cables. Not a trace of electric current, polarity, not even residual magnetism. Maybe once upon a time, centuries ago, petawatts or exawatts of power flowed this way. To compare with something, it's probably a machine. Some kind of information collective structure. Maybe it was some kind of electronic brain. It makes me think of the Lyrans. A race of extinct sentient beings. Supposedly, they knew about light astrogation before we invented the wheel. They had to save themselves from the explosion of Nova. They sent ships. The remains of those ships have been found, ashed to a chip glued together. I've seen hypothetical schematics. The structures here remind me of those. Okay, moving on. Readings.
Well, that's it. What follows is just a humming noise. Any thoughts, Doctor?
So far, it all leads to one conclusion. This is not a place for a man, nor for any humanoids.
Then who is it for?
Maybe it's really an alien technology. Those Lyrans.
As far as I know, all information about the Lyran civilization is just guesswork. Many consider Lyrans to be just a myth, so I wouldn't take it too seriously.
Well, I think there might be something to it.
By the way, you were right, Doctor. Gorski did lose himself in his discovery, in spite of everything.
I can see the relay up close. Looks broken. This is starting to look like a deliberate diversion to me.
You may be right. The question is, who's behind all these disruptive activities?
That I don't know, sir.
Ну и вещи он бросил, да? Так, хорошо. Вероятно, нам сюда. Нет, масштаб, конечно, впечатляет.
There are more traces, this time handprints, and a drop detector.
What? Did I hear you right?
Yes, sir, you heard correctly. I'm afraid we must be ready for any eventuality.
Well, that doesn't mean we should assume the worst. I still believe you'll find him, Doctor.
Так, а там, получается, мы не сможем пройти, да?
No one of sound mind would decide to go down this way. And yet Gorski... I found something. Again.
I'm listening.
More of the same stuff. Gorski's things. More traces. Fine. Actions devoid of logic.
Back in the camp, you reported Merritt's abandoned things.
A backpack and a journal, yes. This scene looks disturbingly similar.
Так, здесь нам не пройти. Ну что ж, остается один путь.
sinkholes again?
Yes. Oh.
А тем временем мы видим сигналы, да?
Finally, I have his position.
A visual?
Not yet. Gorski, are you here? It's me, Yasna.
Still nothing.
Yeah. I found his backpack. You know what that means, sir?
Yes, he's without oxygen. We must hurry.
Oh, there he is. I see him. He's lying in a sinkhole. Doctor, answer me, please.
Так, мы здесь не пролезаем, да?
The tank is empty.
It doesn't matter now, Yasna. Let's focus on the doctor.
Давайте искать путь к нему. Надо его спасать.
Almost there. Got him. He's not moving. Gorski! Gorski! Look at me! His eyes are closed.
Is he breathing?
He's alive, but barely.
Did he react in any way?
No reaction. He seems unconscious. Gorski! Come on!
Calm down, Doctor. Get him out of there. The probe's already looking for a landing site.
Okay. Let me just... I'm pulling him out. Done. He's out. I activated his SOS. You should pick up a transmission with his parameters, sir. Well?
No, nothing. The transmitter in the suit must be too weak.
Should I retrieve his booster from the backpack?
No point. Better to set up a relay. We have to do it anyway so that Hopper can land in this maze. Have a preliminary scan of your surroundings. There's an open area nearby. You have to move Gorski there. The probe will guide you.
But he's not stable. I must share my oxygen with him, Astrogator.
You'd need a spare for that. The protocol doesn't provide for connecting two suits at the same time.
In that case, I'll give him my tank.
Negative. I won't allow it, Yasna. If you faint, the doctor won't carry you.
The membrane looks intact.
What did you say? I didn't hear.
Hold on, Gorski.
I still can't hear you, Doctor. Please repeat.
Don't be angry, sir. But
But what? Please go ahead.
after careful consideration, I gave Gorski my tank. We still don't know when you'll send the lander, so I can't leave him without oxygen.
Doctor, I explicitly told you not to. Never mind. Let's hope Artie can finish the job if you're both unconscious.
Так, ну я думаю, что мы правильное решение сделали.
Are you out in the open already?
Sort of. Yes.
Once you've set up the transmitter, I should start receiving Gorski's signal. There it is. Pulse, heart rate, saturation, almost within the range. Now, mark the place for the lander. And we're home, Doctor.
I'm on it.
What was that?
I don't know. Everything is shaking.
Yasna,
No! No!
please hold on.
I caught the probe. I'm... Fuck! I'm flying.
Друзья, на этом я предлагаю серию закончить. Погружаться в продолжение мы будем уже в следующей серии. А на сегодня все. Всем спасибо за просмотр. Увидимся.